So even though you travel or you spend a lot of time in the car to get to the track, you are racing all day, you come back at home in the evening, it's still quite easy in a way because it's all very, very close. Then you get to single seaters, Formula 4, Formula 3, Formula 2, where you've got to travel a bit more all around Europe, I'll say. But you've only got like 12, 13 races to do in a year. So it's still not too much. It takes a lot of time, of course, but it's still not too much. And then you get to Formula 1 and it's 24 races now all over the world. And in between the races, you also got to do a lot of events, sponsorship events for the preparation of the races. I'm going in the simulator in Maranello. So lots of things are adding up, which makes it a season that is extremely tiring. And especially when we get to the end of the season, like it is now, it is more and more difficult. But then it's all about trying to plan the things better. I arrived the first year in Formula 1. And to be honest, I was a mess. I arrived and I was doing the flight myself. I'll get to the track the day just before the practice will start, and I will be super tired. And especially the end of the season, then you don't manage to stay at your 100% all the time. And then, of course, with experience, you learn. Now there are a whole team of people helping me in all of this because it's super important to be 100% at the end of the season. And now, yeah, you plan the things better in order to keep a good quality of life. Training, diet, sleeping is super important. The different time zones all over the world is very difficult to manage as well. But now I am up to speed with that.
Yeah, I love hearing that. I remember I've interviewed different athletes in different sports, and I remember speaking to one athlete who at the time was at the cusp of, I think, potentially going to one day become one of the best. And I remember asking him like what his routine was and how he prepared, and he didn't have one. And it didn't get better, like it didn't improve from there. And then you see that it's hard to sustain a career like that. Walk us through, because I think people are fascinated, because I think anyone who's not a fan of F1 or hasn't watched Drive to Survive, as we were talking about earlier, or doesn't understand it, they don't recognize how physically demanding it is to sit in a car. I'll just give an example to everyone. I went go-karting like 2 weeks ago, and I was nowhere near going as fast as you go, obviously, in an electric go-kart. And I came back with like...
the ribs.
Yeah, with it completely bruised, and that's just from like a little kid's go-karting thing. It's so demanding in so many ways.